Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Jeff Horn already has a black eye ahead of his fight with Terence Crawford. Stay tuned. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, shout out to Kevin Iole, Yahoo Sports, link in the description. They conducted an interview with WBO champion from Australia, Jeff Horn. Now, immediately before they even started talking, first thing I noticed was that Jeff Horn had a shiner, aka an eye jammy, aka a black eye, right? Now, I didn't, just for full disclosure, I didn't watch the whole entire interview. I watched the first half of it, right? So I don't know if that was ever discussed. They were talking, the first portion of it, they were talking a lot about his fight with Pacquiao and Kevin Iole. One thing I give him credit for too as a reporter is he's candid. He's candid with the guys. He told Jeff Horn on Skype or whatever they're doing to his face that I had Pacquiao winning by a slight margin, but you could have had it either way. And he says also statements like, you hadn't really fought anyone notable except for Randall Bailey, but he was past prime and he was past it and older, but he still had his power. So how was it when da-da-da? So he was very open with his questions and very transparent. So I really appreciate that. That's some new media shit. But shout out to Yahoo Sports and Kevin Iole. But the thing that stood out the most beyond that, talking about the Pacquiao and upcoming Crawford fight and doubters and stuff like that, he talked a little bit about he was in a car accident. Initially when I read the report, because I just seen the headlines, but it said he was okay, so I didn't really delve too much into it. I thought it was like he was involved more so in like I don't know, a head-on head. You always think the worst in a car accident, but it sounds from what he says, he was at a traffic light, it sounds like, and somebody wasn't paying attention and crashed into the car behind him, and then that car pushed forward and crashed into his car. So they're all kind of in a neutral space waiting for the light to turn, and it just was like a domino effect, like bop bop, and then the inertia pushed the second car into the back of his car, and he said he got a little bit of whiplash and nothing too extreme. So I didn't watch the full interview. I don't know if it was discussed how he got the black eye, but based on how he described, and I could be wrong, but based on how he described the car accident, it didn't sound like a black eye would be produced from that, because again, it wasn't like a head-on-head collision or anything like that and you hit the steering wheel, something like that. It just sounded like more of a minor like fender bender, nothing like where there were any fatalities or anything. And I noticed he has a black eye, so not necessarily a good thing. And the reason why I think the black eye may also be from sparring is because the mere fact that he showed that he has heart, he's durable. I actually like Jeff Horn's personality and stuff. You know what I mean? He's a teacher, a wholesome guy. I think he just had a baby with his longtime girlfriend, maybe his wife. I don't know if they're actually married, eloped, whatever. But he's a likable guy. But he's not really renowned for his defense. And he gets kind of cut up and busted up in his last couple of fights. The Gary Corcoran fight, Pacquiao fight. I mean, he had to get some stitches over his eye, and same thing with the Gary Corcoran fight. His face looked all cut up and stuff like that. So he's sparring a guy who beat Terence Crawford in the amateurs. I did a video about it. Ray Robinson, who just recently lost to Ugas. Check that video out. But Ray Robinson's a good fighter, has some power. Maybe it's from one of his sparring partners like that. I'm not sure, but fight prediction wise, I gotta rock with the boy Terence Crawford. Defense wins the game. I think Terence Crawford, even though he's moving up, I think his power and speed and athleticism, the attributes that made him a star at 35 and 40, right? I think those will still be in play. I think he's a hard worker and a gym rat. He's highly competitive. I don't think that Jeff Horn, I know he has power, but I don't know if he has like game-changing, one punch you're out power. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, if he were to really hurt Crawford, I think he's gonna have to. He could set it up with a single shot, but you're really gonna have to do a lot to get Terence Crawford all the way out of there. Just because I consider Crawford an elite fighter, and then like I said, with his lapses in defense, I think it's an uphill battle, to be perfectly honest, with Jeff Horn. But I'm still tuning in. It's gonna be on the ESPN Plus app. May the best man win. Shout out to whoever wins, but it's kind of hard to pick against Terence Crawford. Now, I've heard this too, where people are comparing Lomachenko-Linares versus Jeff Horn, and people are trying to minimize Crawford's move up and fighting a champion, but giving Lomachenko a lot of credit for Linares. But I think they're very comparable. Like, I think you could rate Crawford off of this performance, because actually, truth be told, I think this might be more dangerous. Not that Jeff Horn is the most tactical guy, but he's durable and he has a good punch to him, and Crawford's moving from 40 to 47, 7 pounds. Lomachenko, I'm not taking anything away from the Linares performance. I give him a lot of credit, but he fought more of a boxer puncher in that equation. A good, very good boxer that was bigger than him with some good power, but Linares had already been stopped before. You know what I'm saying? He had already been stopped and things like that. And I'm just making the comparison because other people have made a comparison to those two fights. But I think stylistically, you have a guy who is rugged, who's going to come in and bore in with his head and by any means necessary. That could be, I think that would be the tougher fight than Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Because of Linares is a boxer. And again, he's a boxer who's been stopped before. You know what I mean? But I mean, you could argue, you could say, oh, Linares is more respected wins or title defenses. But either way, you should salute both of them, Crawford and Lomachenko, for moving up and fighting a champion in their first fight in that new division. But we'll see. If Crawford makes this look easy, I'll look very impressed. I'll be very impressed with Terence Crawford, because I think Jeff Horn is rugged enough. You know what I mean? He has enough Maidana type of fight in him to the point where he could just make it a nasty, ugly, mauling type of fight. And if you don't have the right game plan, those are ugly fights for. Like, look at Berto versus Robert Guerrero. Berto, very athletic, very much faster than Robert Guerrero, but Robert Guerrero just made it mugging and ugly. And I think Jeff Horn, that's kind of what he showed in his last couple of fights. And he even hurt Pacquiao. A lot of people sleep on this. You could say, oh, Pacquiao should have won. I personally thought Pacquiao won that fight, but I never went back and watched it. But off of the first viewing, I had Pacquiao winning slight. But I understood why people could have Jeff Horn, because Pacquiao did a lot wrong in there. He was trying to have some all-out war and banging his gloves and stuff, and Jeff Horn was all about that and was ready for that type of fight. But people sleep on that. Pacquiao did get hurt by Jeff Horn, and it was before the 9th round. I want to say round 6 or something off the top of my head. So yeah, Pacquiao has showed durability too, like, even though he's been knocked out and stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see how Crawford deals with him, and if he puts on a masterclass performance and or stops Jeff Horn, I'll give him a lot of credit. And obviously, if Jeff Horn, to me, it would be an upset if he beats Crawford. If he upsets Crawford, then you can't say nothing. Between Pacquiao win and a Terence Crawford win, then Jeff Horn is one of the top dogs at the division, because he has such a rugged style that he can beat guys like Pacquiao, who's a Hall of Famer, and Crawford. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I just looked at the eye thing, and the fact that he has a black eye, I just feel like he's going to get touched versus Crawford. And I do think Crawford's power is going to show up in this new division. But we'll see. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.